Right.
Yeah, that was during the dirty 30s.
What year were you born?
1928.
Mm-hmm.
We had a real drought.
Mm-hmm.
There just wasn't anything to feed the cattle. So, and he had 80 head of beautiful Herefords. My sister Kay and I, when I was house mother in St. Paul, we went, she came to see me and we went to Elysian and we saw the fellow, this Warner fellow. He's since died, but he said, your dad had the most beautiful cattle I have ever seen. And he did have, he did take good, even though he wasn't a farmer, he did take good care of his animals. But my aunt that had lost her husband and my dad shipped their cattle. I don't know how many cattle she had, but she had 6 kids. And they drove, I know my sister drove a car to Miller behind these cattle. And my dad had a horse, and and my aunt's hired man had a horse, and then their son had a horse, and they drove these cattle to Miller, and they put the cattle in the boxcar on the train, and took them to Mankato. Well, we had to get to Mankato in time. They left the saddles on the horses, and so that they could get their horses and get these cattle. Well, my dad was so tired. Well, then they put the horses on the boxcar too, and then he rode back with my sister in the car, and he had taken a hay rack and built it so it was strong enough, and we put all of our furniture. My mother had 3 dressers in there, because I remember all 3 mirrors broke, those 3 dressers. But we were on Highway 14 going to Mankato, because Mankato goes straight to on 14. And I can't remember just where this happened, but I imagine it was, I could still see that big house and big silo and big barn, because my dad got so tired he fell asleep, and he got too close to the
ditch,
and the trailer went over, and then put the mattresses on top, and my 2 sisters were asleep up there, and I know I was between my mother and dad, because the back seat was packed full of stuff. Neither one of them got hurt.
Oh my gosh.
But all those mirrors got broken, and I don't know what else, but I just remember the mirrors.
So were you actually moving, were you abandoning the farm?
No, he had this Johnson family that lived west of us in an old shack that, it wasn't insulated or a thing, but there were, there must have been 6 of them, the mother and the dad. And the dad was kind of a shiftless fellow anyway, and the mother was crabby all the time, I can remember. But they lived on the farm that year, and they didn't have any cattle. But they lived on the farm, and but I can remember this man coming out and helping my dad put the stuff back into what wasn't broken. I don't know where my sisters went. I know there wasn't room in the car, and I can't remember them after that. I suppose I immediately fell asleep. But anyway, we eventually got to Mankato just as a boxcar was letting loose the cattle, and they got on to the horses, drove them out to the first pasture that they had. Was his name was Sailor. I don't know what his first name was, but I know that he rented them a pasture. And it was close to Elysian. and we lived in the downstairs of a house next to Billy Hodap, and that was my boyfriend. And I went to St. Peter's, Peter and Paul. We just lived half a block from that.
Was it Catholic
No,
school?
I was in the 3rd grade
Okay.
because I must have been in 3rd grade. We lived in town in Mankato, and my aunt rented this big house out close to Elysian. My dad would get in the car and go out. Oh, and we had a dog too. We had what was its name? I don't know, but I loved that dog. It was my dog. And when my mother would wash my hair, because I had long hair, my mother would wash my hair in egg, and it would shine like. I mean, we just couldn't go to the store and buy shampoo like you can now. But she would wash my hair, and I would scream bloody murder, and that dog would just practically tear the screen apart. My dad could not pick me up if I'd howl at all. That dog would attack him. That was my favorite dog, but I can't remember its name. But anyway, my dad went to sail, and he left just enough of a crack so that the dog wouldn't suffocate, and he locked the car. But somebody came and stole that dog.
Oh my gosh.
So, my dad was pretty upset about it, because it was a good cow dog too.
Oh.
Cow dog.
So, but the